Rocker Pat here. All right, guys, it's another hot rocking day in the jungle, and it is an absolutely beautiful Alicia Jett Rose kind of day. Oh man, it's just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful weather today. And we got it all weekend long. We got the trail ride coming into Houston for the Houston Rodeo this weekend and all that good stuff. So everybody's having a great day here in Houston. All right, guys, well, let's do a little shop update because I've been out of the shop for a minute. It's been a really crazy last month, starting on January the 12th. Y'all remember me telling you a story about it? I got arrested last year in April over some nutcase lady coming over here to my shop, trying to pull in my driveway, hits me with a car, and when her mirror falls off, I'm the bad guy. Well, I hired a lawyer. Lawyer dropped me in the grease, and January the 12th, 5 days before my birthday, I ended up getting arrested again on that same charge. 2 days after my birthday, I go to court. Come to find out, I missed 4 court dates that nobody told me I had. Long story on that, there was a big huff-duff between me and that lawyer, and I ended up firing him and hiring a new lawyer, and then last Tuesday, the charges were dropped against me. No, just completely dropped. There should have never been any charges against me to begin with. I'm protecting my property. All right, guys, so that's that. That's taken care of. That's a relief off of my back. And now we can start moving forward on some of these hot rods. So let's sit here and take a look at some of these cars that I got sitting here and talk about what's going on with every one of them. The Monte Carlo here. Since I've owned this car for about, I don't know, I've had this car 10, 11 years or so maybe. I don't remember when I got this car, what exact year. I'm going to say it was probably 2013-ish when I got this car. But I have been fighting a vibration in this car for all that time. I have changed axles, thinking I had an axle bit. I have machine spacers, or not spacers, but shims or centering devices for those back wheels. Still nothing. Changed U-joints in the drive shaft, and I just changed the U-joint thinking I had a stiff U-joint back there, and come to find out I turned the pinion yoke and there's a bunch of stiffness going on in that pinion bearing. Crazy story is I've got a box up in the shop on the bench that's got every bearing that rear end needs in it, and I bought it for this car and never put anything in it. So the next project on this car is to strip the rear end down and replace all the bearings, but at the same time I'm going to go ahead and put a posi track in it because it's only got a single track in there, a one-wheel peel, and then we'll get the Monte Carlo back on the road. That's its hold up right now. That, and I canceled all the insurance on all my cars, and that's another story we'll talk about. Little white truck really needs the wiring harness changed on it. Yeah. And then I tore up this tire, backing it into the garage, poked a big ass hole in the sidewall right there. So yeah. The biggest thing this week has happened, well, besides getting out of court with no problem, is there was a Tahoe sitting here for the last 6 months. If y'all remember back on that video I made where I was talking about the worst mechanic ever, and we showed the head that had bolts broken off, and then they screwed that up, and then I showed where the block was screwed up. Well, after finally fixing that guy's truck, it took a used engine to take care of it. It then, once I got that problem solved, I went back to the original problem, which ended up being a bad PCM. And once I changed the PCM, everything was good. Well, the ticket totaled up to $6,897 and a few pennies. And I get done with the truck thinking I'm about to get a paycheck, and brother man ain't got no damn money. Took me 6 months to finally get this dude to finish paying me, and he tried to stiff me out of that $97. Oh, I only owe you 28. No, you owe me 29. Anyway, so that's that. Leroy hasn't had anything done to him, but he just sits out here and looks cool. He did get these cool mirrors, which were hand-me-downs from the Corvette, from Jackie. And I tell you right there, man, those are the coolest mirrors for this car. I can actually see out of this car with these mirrors. Them little stupid peep mirrors, man, just put those in the drawer. They're useless. Them mirrors right there, standing off, goes right over them big old haunches in the rear. So let's talk about Sketchy. It's Sketchy Dick time. All right, so Sketchy, I got the wild hair, and I spent the money on the garnish moldings for the doors. That cost me $800 for the pair, and that one's got rust in it. The back ones cost me $200 for the pair. So I got $1,000 in garnish molding there. I ordered all the glass and all the stuff I need to put this windows in this car, except for one thing. They won't sell me the windshield seal because there's a possibility that there's two of them on a 1939 Chevy Coupe. There's something different. I don't know what it is, but they wouldn't sell me the windshield molding. So I got to go to Steel Rubber Products myself and order it directly from them. Bob's Auto Glass up there in Eugene, Oregon. He sent me everything. It cost me $1,345 for everything but the windshield seal. But you know, it's what I got to do. So last week I spent $2,200 on this car. I bought this car for $2,000, but I'm still doing okay. I'm still about $5,000 in it. And I should be able to sell it for at least 15 once I get glass in it and wired up. So the biggest problem I got going on right now is this divider bar. It's two pieces. It's got these little nuts in it, and they should be able to rock around a little bit the way this is stamped out. That should be slidable. But this kind of ate up. I'm going to have to do some work on this before I can put a windshield in it anyway. But that's the update on Mr. Sketchy Dick. And it's kind of like Corvette Central over here in the garage. This car right here, this is the one I've done rear trailing arm bearings and all that kind of stuff. I put weather stripping in this car. I got the windows working beautifully, sliding up into those weather strippings with no wind noise, no water leaks, nothing. I got the doors to open properly. I got the door locks to work properly with the electric door locks. Everything was sliding beautifully. Everything was working great. A couple months ago, he called me up saying he can't get in the driver's door, that the door latch is messed up and everything. Long story short on that, well, what happened was he took the car to go get it painted, and they did a good job painting the car. I don't have a real issue with the paint job. But they took the damn doors apart. I spent hours jerking with those windows and those door locks and everything to make everything work smooth. They took it all apart, and guess what don't work no more? What was wrong with the door while he was saying the door latch was messed up was actually it was locked. And where are we at? There we go. And the button going through that hole and going through all the mechanism through here is so tight that he couldn't get it unlocked with the key. And he was crawling across the console to get in the car when all he had to do was pull the little knob and unlock it. So when they put this all back together, they didn't spend the hours and the hours and the hours that I spent aligning all that. So guess what I get to do again? And on top of it, they didn't even put the mirrors on right. These two mirrors, let's go to the front so we can really look at it. See how cattywampus that mirror is? And that one right there? What they did is, these little plastic gaskets or whatever you want to call it, they're backwards, they're flipped, they're tapered, and they got it where it's all leaning this way. That mirror is like Look how cattywampus that thing is. So I got to take all that back apart and spend hours and hours and hours readjusting all that stuff there. But the other thing that's here for is it ain't got no brakes. The brake booster's gone out and the brake pedal's hard as rock. So got to fix that too. And now let's go over here to the other Corvette. I did take Jackie down and give her a bath. She always is a good girl. Let's see what she sounds like. She may not start. I don't know. Come on, girl. I haven't set the choke. All right, let me set the choke. If we're going to do it, let's do it. We ain't heard Jackie run in a while. There we go. Oh, yeah. Who ain't in love with Jackie? I got a buddy of mine that he don't think my car is cool. He says I'm the only one that thinks it's cool. Idiot. It's because he ain't got no damn car. All right, let's talk about this jewel over here. This is a 1996 Corvette. It belongs to a fellow that works over at the oil change place where I take my customer cars to get state inspections done. So somebody, he bought this car. I don't know how much he paid for it, but it's not exactly in the best of shape. So the question was for me when I first started talking to him about it was how much to change the Omni Spark on this engine, because it wasn't running right and everything. And if you don't know what an Omni Spark is, here's one right here. This is the distributor off that car. It's sandwiched between the timing chain and the water pump, and it's driven off the off the camshaft. Okay? Absolutely horrible design. Everything sucks about this. Yeah, not fun to change or anything like that. So the car came in, and I'm generally one of those guys, I'll give you a price on what it is that you're asking about. But as soon as your car gets to my garage, I'm going to start making the decisions on what's going to happen. So the first thing I noticed is the thing had a severe misfire. And I did a cylinder balance test, and how I did that was I went along and I unplugged each one of the injectors until I had cylinders that I can unplug the injector and it doesn't change how the engine's running. Well, what I found was I could unplug the number 6 and the number 8 injector, and the engine stayed running the same. Both of them unplugged. So I got 2 dead cylinders, Wonder if the spark plug wires down there are crossed. So swapped the spark plug wires and it started running better, but it still wasn't running all that great. Put my scanner on it after I fixed it, so after I fixed the car so that my scanner would actually work on it. You know, no communication situation. Fuse was pulled out of the courtesy, had to fix that. But I got the scanner to work and found number 4 cylinder wasn't working all that great. So I could unplug the injector, and it didn't really change too much on how the engine was running. I did change a little bit, but not all that much. Checked it for spark, it had fire. Ran a compression test, had 180 PSI on that cylinder, beautiful compression. Decided that, hey man, we probably got an injector bad. So I pulled all the injectors off, took them over to my buddy Steve that, you know, he thinks my car ain't cool. I'm the only one that thinks that my car is cool. Yeah, you're screwed up. Anyway, that's another argument for another day. Anyway, so I took the injectors over there, we got them clean, and now this thing's running a lot better. But can't go out and test drive it because they ain't got no damn brakes again. Corvette with no brakes, Corvette with no brakes. But let's see how it starts up cold. I haven't started it today. But sometimes when your customers come in, you got to remember, don't let your customers do the diagnosing. Okay, you can be that shop that just puts on whatever the hell they want you to put on, but you're really not doing your customer any good. I'd say that starts up and runs pretty good. Awesome blossom. Look at that. Somebody that actually knows how to work on a car. And this car was at another garage, and they're the one that screwed up that damn cross-wired crap. Sounds like it's still got some issues. I think it's running out of gas, honestly. I wonder if this damn thing even has any fuel in it. Where is the fuel gauge? Crap if I know, man. Ow! I don't even see the fuel. Oh, yeah, you know what? Some bitch ain't got no damn gas in it. All right, guys, well, that explains why it's doing that. All right, well, that's at least that one. Now, let's go back. Let's go across the street. Or, well, across the street. Let's go next door. It's probably going to be about a 20-minute video. Probably about only 12 people will watch 20 minutes of me rambling about my stupid-ass cars. But damn it, don't I have a set of cars, baby? Yeah, I got me a set. I got a set of cars. Matchbox cars all over the place. Got a truck for sale. Anybody want to buy a 2500 Chevrolet 1995 350 throttle body under the hoods, 4L80E, good brakes, big heavy duty brakes. Take $2,500 for it. First $2,500 takes it home. My suggestion would be put a 6.0 in it, fifth wheel hitch, ready to rock and roll. Well, maybe not ready to rock and roll, but needs some work and then it'll rock and roll. All right, let's take a look at what I'm doing in here. Johnny ain't done much too. I have got myself a $200 dash cover thingy. I don't know why I'm being chicken on gluing it down, but I've already done all the prep work underneath. It just needs to be adhesive down with the glue that came with it. And yeah, that's all it needs to do. And then we can order the windshield. I'll probably do that next week. I was kind of hoping that that guy would come pay me on that truck. And also didn't need to spend any money on a windshield if I'm going to be in prison for taking a mirror off a car. All right, over here, this is what I'm going to do this weekend. I'm going to get started welding in all this corner over here. And hopefully by the end of the weekend, the procrastination will get the hell out of me and I'll get some work done on this. But yeah, that's the plan, is to, this thing has got to get started being put back together. And yeah, y'all know how projects are. You kind of jump off one and then next thing you know, it's 3 or 4 months later before you get back on it. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. I had to satisfy my needs for over here, so that then I can get behind over here and now have to rush and catch up. But I guess that's about all I got going on in the rockin' world over here today. Harley still starts and runs, I believe. Let's see if the old Harley. Yeah, still fires right up. Never ride that thing. Never ride it. Never ride it. The place I ride it is over in the parking lot doing figure eights and everything. That's kind of fun. All right, guys. Well, I don't have anything else going on over here, Wayne. Yeah. That's about it. And I need to stop rambling and rolling and rolling and rambling. And get back to this absolutely gorgeous Alicia Jett Rose kind of day. All right, guys, well, y'all keep rocking and rolling and rolling and rocking. And by the way, thank you again, Alicia, for the happy birthday and all. That was so freaking cool. All right, guys, y'all keep rocking and rolling and rolling and rocking. I'm going to keep grinding it down. What a beautiful Texas day.